How you guys doing? Welcome back to another video. I am Emperor Micah. We're going to be talking about manifestation and see what is it that you're going to be manifesting. Before we start though, we're going to pull a general message. Spirit, what is the general message for the divine? We have birth. So you could be, these manifestation skills that's going to be coming up could be a symbol of rebirth, right? It could be your soul being rebirthed. Something in you is being rebirthed, right? It could be a soul, it could be a spirit, right? A new you is a coming, right? A new you is a coming. New year is coming. Okay. We're gonna see what is it that Spirit wants you to know, what do they might want you to know of, right? Alright, Spirit, what messages do you have to show in our manifestation? Okay, so the first one I'm resonating with is push through any insecurities. That's what I'm picking up on first. The first one is push through any insecurities. So I know a lot of times we might be feeling a certain way, or we might have a iffy feeling, or even if it's depression, anything like that. Sometimes, a lot of times before we start an activity, we feel down, we feel drowsy. We don't. We start to procrastinate on that activity, right? And Spirit wants you guys to just remember that, when it comes down to doing these type of things, you always want to just remember why you're doing them, right? And also remember that it's not going to come out perfect, and you just got to kind of enjoy the moment. For me, perfect personal example is like for doing videos, right? Sometimes I will find myself procrastinating on doing a video because maybe I'm caught out watching a video or whatever, or I'm doing something else, and I have to just start the video, you know what I mean? So what I do is I come and sit down and I just press record, and I just continue the video, and then instead of me focusing too much on what if the video doesn't resonate, what if people don't understand what I'm saying, instead of me focusing on the outcome of the product, because I haven't even started it yet, so there's no point in focusing on the outcome. And I feel like a lot of us focus too much on the results of what could happen versus let's just start the activity, let's move past all of them fears and allow it to happen, and then just whatever happens. You know what I mean? So like even if training, I would just start it. Like in the morning, instead of thinking about it or thinking how I feel, whatever, I just start and I just continue it. And it's easier said than done. I understand that, but I promise if you just start the activity and not focus too much on the results of what could happen after you just started, that pretty much takes away any insecurities, because it's just a little trick. You know what I mean? It's just a little mind game that I'll tell you guys. Like if you guys do YouTube, just hit the record button and just start your process or whatever. Or whatever it is. If you go to work, just work. Just start it. You just wake up and just do it. And it is hard sometimes. It's a mental game, but it can get a lot easier once you practice that momentum, right? Okay, so that's what they want you to do. They want you to push through those insecurities. So hopefully what I just said resonates with you guys. Hopefully you guys got a feel of it, understanding of what I meant by that. Okay, Spirit, what other messages do you have? We have be real. Be real. This is very important as well. All of these messages are important, but I think that this is really a true statement because it's very authentic. You know what I mean? Being real is very rewarding, because you being yourself and being the authentic individual, and that's all wrong, right? That's like you see a lot of times people do things and they're not willing to take the consequence that come with them. Like you see people that have babies and don't, are not ready mentally for everything, or spiritually for everything that comes with having babies. People who do crimes are not willing to. When they go to jail or prison, is a whole different ballgame. These are the type of things you have to take in consideration when you're being authentic. Like you're doing something authentically when you do something that you accept all But all the downfalls, just as fast you would accept the rewards. Like how like you would accept the medal. You have to be willing to accept the BS that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? But if you are not willing to accept the BS, just as fast you accept the medals and the rewards that come with it, then you're not being overly authentic with whatever you're doing. So maybe you need to find a different route. You know what I'm saying? And this could be with even your career life. If your career life, you find that you enjoy the fruits of the tree. Who doesn't enjoy the benefits? But then it's like the downfalls of it is so drastic that you sometimes even get depressed and your feelings over. That might not be the career for you. You might enjoy doing it, but it might not be your specific career, your specific journey. You gotta find something that you're willing to take the downfall just as bad. Like for me, I enjoy the fruits of working from him because I can, of course, I have the freedom, I have the time and all that. Now the downfall is like, okay, like even with the channels like YouTube, like okay, the algorithm really isn't that big right now, but that I'm willing to accept that. So I know this is my true passion. You know what I mean? Other specific areas of my life or jobs in my life, I wasn't willing to accept the downfalls that came with it. I wasn't willing to continue that journey with the downfalls that it had. So I knew that wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? Like training for me, because training, I'm willing to accept that I have to wake up early, that I have to put in a lot of time for it. I'm willing to accept those things. I'm not willing to accept certain and I just as fast I'm willing to accept the growth in training, the mentality in training. So that's the goal, when it comes on to being real and being authentic. You have to be able to accept the downfall just as fast you are to accept the fruits and the rewards. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you know if you're being your authentic self, right? So be real, which is the next message. All right. I just be trying to elaborate. Hopefully you guys understand, because I really just be trying to I feel like anybody can pick these cards up, but I feel like the thing that makes each reader or each person that does any career unique is the personal approach that they can put on the craft at hand. Like anybody can do tarot, anybody can do crafts, anybody can fly a pilot, but it's just, anybody can fly a plane. I'm saying anybody can fly a plane, so it's just but it's the specific person that makes the journey unique. It makes the journey different. You know what I mean? You know how you have a teacher? You probably have 9 teachers in high school, but it's that one teacher or it's that one that doesn't, you probably going in your school career, you probably had different reading teachers, but they all was different. But they all did the same job, but they all was different, if that makes sense. And you probably had these all different math teachers, but they were all different in a way. And I feel like that's what it is. So that's why I was just trying to elaborate more and just speak to you guys, spend a little time just talking and communicating with you guys to share my personal approach. Because even though these cards are coming out for us being me as well and the divine, I feel like that's what's gonna make my channel unique. Me adding my character to it versus just me reading cards, right? Because I like a good personality when I'm watching something else, so I know how that feels. Right? What messages do you have for us? Okay, next one we have is reveal what needs to be seen. I look at this card like a red flag. I always speak on this. Reveal what needs to be seen to me when I think of that is basically for me, this is my opinion, but it could resonate with you. Confirmation. What I believe is whenever we have friends, family, or things like that, and we have a situation, we often push on the road because we feel like, we need to be compassionate, we need to forgive and forget because we feel like they did it, the family was supposed to just accept it. That acceptance road comes in place, right? But revealing what needs to be seen to me just means that you need to tell yourself that this is BS. Okay, I can forgive that situation, but I'm not gonna put myself back in that same situation. Okay, for an example, I've had a personal situation where I went with a family member to a place, right? Like a get together, like a club scenery, right? And that family member, as I went with them, they hopped in their friend's car. So we was all in their friend's car. It wasn't my friend, it was their friend, right? I explained to them we got to the location that I actually had to make time the next morning at 7. So of course I had to be here a little earlier than expected, things like that. Their friend was acting, acting up because he was drinking or whatever. So instead of the family member sticking up or whatever, or riding for me like as a family member, they kind of took more side to their side, because when I just decided to walk or catch the bus, they end up jumping in the car. Now me, I'm a loyalty person, so I feel like if that's my family, I'm gonna stick with that person. I'm not gonna go hop in the car. But that's just me. Like I said, a lot of people's not strong as us. So I'm saying, so I forgave, but I never do that again. I never put myself in a predicament with that same individual again. I never trust that they'll have my back again in that situation. You see what I'm saying? So we often have to, put that acceptance BS aside and say, you know what, I'm not accepting your BS. Like, even if it comes down to if somebody feels some type of way, we can argue all day long, but I'm not about to give in to you. I'm not about to accept your BS. If they might accept your BS, so you're probably so used to these people might accept your BS, but I'm not about to accept it. You see what I'm saying? So we have a lot of them situations, and revealing what needs to be seen is just that. You need to reveal to yourself, like, yo, this person is BS. Like, they clearly are not for you. They're not, you feel me? Relationships, family members, karmic friendships, all of these things that they don't have your best interest. They're just using you. You know what I'm saying? They're not even solid themselves. So how can they be solid for you? That's like asking somebody to love you and they don't love themselves. There's no way they could get what they don't have, right? So just keep that in mind when it comes on to situations of karmic individuals, because when these karmics or these, people that have the bad intentions for you, or even doesn't seek to, your best interest, they typically would do things and in hopes that you forgive and forget, and that you come back around. And we often come back around because we're so nice and we're so divine, but we gotta stop that. I've stopped that, and I've gotten a little hate for it. It is what it is. Like, I'm not worried about the hate from somebody that didn't love me to begin with, didn't show compassion, so it doesn't bother me. The only time it bothers me is somebody genuinely loved me and I messed them over. And then, like I said, if I met somebody over that genuinely loved me and I know how that feels, then imagine how that person feels, that karmic individual, and they understand that, wait a minute, this person genuinely showed true love, or not true love like Romeo or all of that, because let's say that's your boy or whatever, but true love meaning just intentions, good intentions towards me. I kept messing, messing with him, or, dissing him, or, you feel me, just disrespectful in general. And now he's like, nah, he ain't tolerating that. I should already knew that. Now it's like, oh, I'm upset at him, whatever. But then they sit down, they think about it, and like, as long as you're not going back and forth with these people, just push them aside. You feel me? They get tired of yelling or whatever. I mean, if they yell in your face, and I ain't telling you what to do, but don't take no disrespect from nobody. But at the same time, it's like, if they're trying to be on the internet and all that, man, let them use the Twitter fingers. That's all I gotta say. Like, move on. But that's the point of reveal what needs to be seen. Reveal to yourself, you know what I'm saying, that is BS, and just move on with it. That's what I'm picking up on, right? Because at the end of the day, birth was your message, and you want to renew, right? You want to have a new life, a new journey. You don't want to be holding on to grudges and holding on to situations that happened in the past, nor do you want to be accepting them as that person and, oh, that's just how they are. No, because they want to be around you because you're a good person. If you was a nasty individual like they are, they would not want to be around a nasty person. That's why you'll see a lot of nasty people. They don't try to get with nasty people. They despise each other. A lot of people hate each other. Confirmation. If they're a nasty individual, they're not going to hang around nasty people, because nasty people isn't going to get them nowhere. They're trying to use you to, to get up the ladder. They ain't going to get nowhere from if they're a thief, right? And somebody else is a thief, they're just going to be taking everything they take. They need somebody they can trust, that they can take from you, and then you can get more. No, they can just keep getting more. It's just how it works. Like, it's just honestly how it works. Alright. Spirit, what other messages do you have for us? What other messages do you have for us? Go for it. Confirmation, I just hit that. But look, if you guys ever feeling, like I said, if you guys ever feeling like things need to change, or things need to, you need a fresh start, this is your confirmation to go for it. Let me tell you guys something. I understand the fear of not having a job. I understand the fear of, yeah, you can be practical. So, like for an example, let's say you work at a location and you want to open up passive income. I'm gonna give you guys 100. You choose passive income. There's a lot of other things that are passive income that you can do on the side and you can make money as you go. But here's the reality of it. Look at your situation and ask yourself, do I need a worker? Like, am I financially free of my bills? Like, if all your bills come to this, like, initially if you had this job and you was like, I'm a worker for 10 years, 20 years and buy a house or whatever, fine. But then you change your mind, you're like, okay, cool, boom, all right. Now I want you to just ask yourself, look at all your bills, tally up everything, and just really ask yourself, listen, do I need a worker? Like, could I go a couple months unemployed? You know what I'm saying? And try it. Because the thing is, you never know until you try, and that's the realist and cliche statement that they try to put out there, like cliche and it's just easier said than done. It's real, like, it's genuine, like you never know. So it's like, you're not gonna die from not having a job. Now I understand you have responsibilities like kids. That's probably the biggest thing that, you know what I'm saying? But here's the reality, even with that. Sometimes you just gotta figure out a plan, sit down, get your notebook, get your pen and paper, and just map out a genuine plan that could actually work for you guys. Because especially if you have two individuals if you have a household with at least if a guy is stepfather, or you have the guy that's the guy for the kid, or vice versa. If you're a guy, you have the female that's the mother, and you got just a full house, right? Or you have a brother that's helping you out financially. You can look at your situation and really ask yourself, like, listen, could I lead this position? And also they have other situations as well, like they have government that could help you. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different things that you can gain financially from. I say just do your research. Like, really look at your life and say, okay, because you might only need to work for another 4 months to stack the cheese up so that you can go unemployed for a little bit. Because it's like, you might really need to focus on whatever it is you're trying to get. And I say go for it, because it's like, you give up this job. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. It's way better in a job world to leave a job than it is to get fired. We all know that, right? Because fired meaning that you was incapable of committing to that job, which a lot of jobs gonna look at it and say, why would I hire you if you got fired from that job? Leaving a job, it's just more like you just find something different. You find a new passion, you want to try something new, so you just resigning from it. There's no harm to it. That's your free choice. And then you also can get a great, especially if you're a good employee, you can always get a good resume, or at least a good failure code to the company, would have it on stats that you always made your time and all that. So if you're a person that has good stats with an employer and you leave the job, all fails, you can always go back and get another job. You don't have to go back to that same job, but you can always get another one. So that's why I would say go for it. Because all fails, you can always get another one. Like, it's no shame in going back. You're not even going backwards. Confirmation, you're not going backwards. It's just a little rock in the thing. Like, that's if it needs you can get that job for 6 months and then try it again. Like, stack your money up and then boom. You feel me? So. But go hard with whatever it is that you do it like it's a real job. Matter of fact, do it to a point where it's damn near like management position. Like, this type of field that I'm in, I'm doing it like it's manager's position. You know what I'm saying? I probably only really need to post like 1 video a day, but I'm like, why would I do it? I can post like 6. Feel me? I've got the time to take a full advantage if you do end up leaving the job, the 8-hour shifts, make sure you apply at least 6 hours into your craft, at least. You know what I'm saying? But you can do it on your interns, because you're an entrepreneur. You can do it on your interns, and a schedule that fits for you, right? But that's your message. Go for it. I just want to elaborate more on that. In case you guys was like nervous or feeling like like I said in the beginning, push through any insecurities. This could be like you guys nervous of the outcome versus starting the activity and see where it goes. Of course, you want to think about these stuff, but don't let it stop you. You know what I'm saying? There's always a way. Spirit, what message do you have for us? That's why I'm not really worrying about growing on YouTube, because I know it's gonna happen, because it's like I'm posting consistently. You know what I'm saying? I give good messages. I give relatable things. I speak on topics that I've really been through. I'm authentic with it. I'm not just saying anything. I observe other of my colleagues too. Like my colleagues will be like other terrorists. I observe them too, and you know what I'm saying. I relate to them. I'm like, yo, cool, and I appreciate the work at hand. So it's like I'm not focusing on at this moment at this time. I'm not focusing on a certain criteria with these videos or looking a certain way. I have my ring light. I change the lights. I have my scenery. I'm good. I do my videos, and then they grow. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy where I'm at. And that's the point. Each step is satisfaction. My success is because I'm satisfied with how far I've came in this industry, right? Hey, let's get back to the reading though. I just had to, sometimes you just gotta share them stories in case people feel like they couldn't trust me. I thought the same way at first. What message did I spread? So the next one is trust all will be well. Now this is just confirming for what I was just saying, and I see that a lot of times. Like I'll say something and Spirit will just confirm it. And I've always been manifesting. Like, bro, I manifested my life. Like, I really did. Like, I really was making music at the time. And I just manifested it. Like, I was like, talking, like, no, I met her, of course, before, but we wasn't together. And then I just kind of just kept singing about her and all that. And just, through times and situations, it just manifested into reality. Like, I remember singing about it, and it just happens, like, not like overnight, of course. You have to put some work in, but as long as Spirit sees you helping, it's like the saying, God helps people that help themselves. Like, as long as the Spirit and God sees you working, they're gonna put that work in for you. Like, they're gonna really put the ice on the cake. They just want you to bake the cake. Once you lay your foundation, they're quick to, quick. Like you could build a house the quick to throw a swimming pool in that. It's like it is what it is. It's like, but yeah, trust all be well. Have trust, have faith in everything. You never know until you try. You really just never know. You know what I'm saying? We have these things in our living room, like, but like all these little statements and all that. I encourage you guys to like collect. They always say collect memories, not things. I believe that, but also on a certain extent, if you do have like certain things that you can pick up on, like I have right here, I have a dragon, I have a crystal, I have a lion, I have a pyramid thing. All of these things make me feel better when I look at them. And you know what I'm saying? Being from somebody that's lost it, you feel me? I'm lost it probably twice. I'm lost my situations of home and all that. That's when I decided to get my apartment and all that. When I stay with my peoples, I played a little part in that too. But at the end of the day, it's like, that's when you really start to think bigger. Like, like how can I be self-efficient, and you know what I'm saying, even with everything that you do. But trusting all be well is the message. It's really, it's really that simple. It's not simple, but it's like you having faith, you know what I'm saying? The Spirit sees you have faith, they're gonna do miracles for you. They just want to see that you have faith. Sometimes they're gonna put you in tough positions to see if you're gonna band, break, or fail. But it's up to you to recognize that it will all be well, Alright. Spirit, what other message do you have for us? What other message do you have for us? For the divine. What other message do you have? Attend to the details. Now, if you guys are planning on leaving the workforce, or you guys are claiming, you guys are planning to do anything like that, plan it out. You know what I'm saying? It's not for wrong with, you know what I'm saying, you wanna believe in Spirit and all that, but Spirit wants to see that you try. And there's nothing better than having even if it's the bare minimum plan, like it might not even. You know what's funny? A lot of like I have a routine, right? And I have so much different routines. But I think I got it. I think I got the good one because I think I it's practical. This one that I have now is very practical and it flows. It's time consistent, it flows. You know what I'm saying? It's not time consuming, none of that. It's very fluent. I say that to say you're gonna have a plan and that plan is gonna be tweaked. It might not change, but it's gonna be tweaked. It's gonna be beneficial. It will benefit over time. And attention to details is just that. Creating a guideline for yourself. Like, all right, today is Monday. Let's say you quit your job, whatever, or you resign from your job. That sounds a lot better. You resign from your job, you know what I'm saying? You moved on to a different path, right? Now it's like, okay, today is Monday. Sit down, develop yourself a plan. How are you gonna achieve this goal of doing this craft that you're doing? Just a simple plan. First start with a daily plan. Then you can even get deeper into the specifics of the time. But I probably wouldn't even focus too much on that because a lot of times we overlap on times or we underestimate time or whatever. So I'll just focus on your daily routines. What time are you gonna be doing this? If you work in your warehouse and if you work on cars and you'd rather do it in your garage because you got lights in your garage, you'd rather do it at nighttime and sleep a little during the day. Whatever it is that works for you, whatever schedule works for you, really, that's all it is, you know what I'm saying? But your attention to details is just basically, I'm picking up that just making a general plan for yourself and a general routine. It doesn't have to be a daily routine, but it could be a general way of doing it. Like for me, from doing readings in the morning, doing readings in the afternoon, nighttime, it's just a general glimpse of it to get me through it. You know what I'm saying? To help me stay on point, stay on track. You know what I'm saying? So that's my attention to detail definition of what I'm picking up on at this moment, right? Because it could change as I do more of these readings, but it can even improve, and I can gain more different viewpoints of attention to details. But at this moment, that is what Spirit was told me to share with you guys. So that's what I'm picking up from my soul to share with you guys, right? Okay, so now let's see what else. Spirit, what message do you have for us? The Gardener Manifestation. Alright, so now we have attune to the divine. And this could just be yourself. You are the divine. So you can attune to the divine. You can, like I said, attune, it could be like what I'm picking up on. You could be, you know how they're doing DJs or the mix of music and they tune it in? You could be attuning yourself to yourself. Like all the things like I just mentioned, this could be confirmation for what I was just talking about, or free mind. You can relate the things you need to get done, and according to your time, according to what type of person you are. Like, are you a morning person? Are you a night owl? You know what I'm saying? Do you like to be up all night? You know what I'm saying? Depending on what type of person you are, you can correlate that. And depending on your responsibilities as well. Do you have kids? Do you have pets? Do you have grandma? Do you have to watch? You know what I'm saying? Do you have a farmer? Do you have to run a farm while you're still trying to chase your dreams until you get up on your feet? Are you just helping out with the farm? Is this your grandpa's farm and then you're just helping out till you guys get a new employee? You see what I'm saying? Like there's different things depending on your responsibilities, and you can assume that with it. Like, okay, morning times, say you're on the farm, morning times I gotta go out there and milk the cow, so I can't do it in the morning. Alright, so I can do it in the afternoon or in the late evening. You know what I mean? So it's just what really works for you. You know what I'm saying? That is attuned to the divine. You are the divine, so I want you guys to set the goals according to your responsibilities. Not the goals, I'm sorry. Yeah. Wait, is it goals? No, I don't want to say goals. Set your expectations according to responsibilities. The reason why I don't want to say goals is I feel like goals is a certain limit, area you want to reach. When I say expectations, I'm talking about the things you expect for yourself to do in that day. Like me, I have expectations of myself. Like I meditate, I train, I do videos. I don't do a lot of stuff because I try not to cram my plate, but I do the basic stuff. Like I clean my house, I do the cooking. Well, not all the cooking. Like me and my wife, we share roles. Or we cook with each other. Like we work with each other. But I have like certain things. Like okay, I'll get up in the morning, I'll go training. Right? I just tweaked it. You know what I'm saying? I had attention to details. I had a format, but I tweaked it a little bit to make it work for me. Like I said, I used to do a video first in the morning, and then, you know what I'm saying? But now I go work out, I go eat breakfast, you know what I'm saying? Clean up, then come here, make a video after this, but it's the same thing mornings and evenings. Now that I'm tweaked it, because it's like when I come home, or when I, you know what I'm saying, when I'm out or whatever, and I finally get home, it's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna work out, burn some sweat so I can hop in the shower. Because I'm gonna take a shower anyway. I've been around all these spirits. I don't know whose energy I picked up on. So I'm gonna take a shower anyway. Sometimes I'll bust up some sweat. Bust with some sweat, go take a workout. I'm just giving y'all my personal aspect so y'all don't think that I'm just on her just giving y'all readings and y'all don't even know nothing about me. I'll go and do my workout, you feel me, go do some dinner, then I hop on her again, then I'll go and do some meditation. But I always meditate before sleep, so like I'll meditate after this and I'll go take a little 15-minute nap, power nap, one time. Cause I work hard, like I deserve it, and I quote you guys too. You guys are, you know, got an hour lunch break, take a 15-minute. But that's the good when you become self-efficient, and it takes sacrifices together. Like I had to work for like 3-4 years straight before I got her, so it wasn't like I just hopped through the boat. There was a plan. And you know what's crazy? I didn't even expect for me to be here too. That's another thing. You're gonna not you might stumble upon entrepreneurship unexpectedly. You might like by accident. You might not even expect it to be an entrepreneur or to be able to set your entitlements. But that is the faith I want to install into you guys, to show you guys. It happens unexpectedly. Like I was working a full-time gig. Before that, I was working in a grocery store. I was working 6 hours a week. But that just goes to show you never know what's possible. Always keep your open-minded. And when the opportunity came up, when I was working a full-time job, and you know what I'm saying, I'm like, yo, I thought about it, I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, boom, man, no hesitation. Well, it was a little hesitation, but at the end, it's like, if I don't need to, you know what I'm saying, work no more, or because the finances are looking good, why would I continue to do this when I can focus on building something else, building my own career? And if, you know what I'm saying, that I can do for 20, 30 years without no hassle, without no, you feel me? I feel like I had enough of that. I feel like I went through enough. And that's all it takes. All it takes is for you to have enough, and that opportunity comes and you grasp hold of that. That's the whole goal of life, is to take advantages of the opportunities. A lot of y'all might have, and I'm not saying like you guys are running, but I have a trail right by my house, so I take advantage of that. I go for a run on that trail. I don't play like it. It don't make sense. God giving you all these advantages and you're not taking them. I'm not saying you guys have to go for running, but you get what I'm saying. If you have advantages, if you have people there to help you or whatever, take full advantage. If you have people telling you something, listen to them, because it could be some wisdom. Now, if you know that person's BS and they don't even, you know what I'm saying, they don't even take care of that. I know people that try to tell me something. I'll listen, but I'm not going to intake something that it ain't real. Like if you're trying to tell me about bills and you don't even pay your bills and you're late on your payments, I'm not gonna intake nothing about bills. But if you tell me some street stuff and you in the streets for real, I'll be like, all right, cool. Listening for that. You feel me? Because that's just how it is. That's just the type of person I am. I'm a sponge. I soak in information that's meant for me to be soaked in. If it ain't meant, I'll listen to it. I'll soak it in, but I'm not gonna. You know, like, oh, yeah, you're right. No, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, cool, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna give you anything, especially if that's fake knowledge that you're trying to spit to me when you don't do it. You have to actually do it yourself. Like, that's what I call real knowledge. Like, if somebody's telling me about a garden and they don't have a garden, I'm just gonna be like, why are you telling me about a garden type of thing, right? That's the energy I'm gonna give off. But if somebody's got a garden, I'll listen to them and I'll ask them questions because they clearly got a garden, right? But like I said, I have no hesitation to share some information with you guys, share some knowledge with you guys, because I feel like each one confirmation. I feel like we should all, you know what I'm saying, help each other out. Unfortunately, you have karmic people in this world that are not really for that. You have demonic spirits, so you know what I'm saying. We can't really, you know, say how much of them are. All we can do is deal with them as they come, right? But anyway, spirit. What is our last message? What is this? All right, so this one fell. Honor your feelings. And this is exactly what I'm doing, right? This is a perfect example. If you guys feel some type of way or feel like you need to say something, just say it. Say it, listen, say it, or act on it. Like right now, like perfect example, under your feelings could be like if I was feeling some type of way about all the things that I've been talking to you guys about. If I thought it and I didn't say it and I felt like I should have said it, then I'm not honoring that feeling. So Spirit wants you guys to know that you have to honor all these feelings that you're having. Like I said, if you want to be an entrepreneur that bad where you're willing to risk it all, you have no kids, you're willing to live in a tent. I'm not saying that if you have kids, you should go live in a tent. What I'm saying is if you don't have no responsibilities and you're willing to go and wash cars to make it, you know what I'm saying? Then do that. You feel me? Like, honor that feeling. If that's what it's going to take for you to make it, I'm not talking about like you selling your soul or nothing, but if you're willing to work hard and put the time in, like, or even if you have an opportunity where you say you win a lottery for $100,000, you have the opportunity, golden opportunity to work free. Or let's say your payment or your take-home pay was like $50K a month. Sorry, I'm tripping. $50K a year. You get $100,000 from the lottery. Let's say you got this opportunity, this golden opportunity. This could be any opportunity that you get to be financially free, but let's just say it's this random opportunity where you get $100,000. That's 2 years of your paychecks. So you can live for 2 years. Now, does that mean that you go and rest with coconut? No, because you need income. You have a stack of income, but you need flowing income coming through for you to be able to sit on your tail. So find something that you enjoy doing that you wouldn't mind doing for free. Like me, I wouldn't mind doing this for free because you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like right now I'm starting off. You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm starting off. So I'm doing what I'm gonna do, and I'm just. It doesn't matter if, what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter if I get paid, don't get paid, whatever. It doesn't matter because I enjoy doing it. It's a spiritual healer for me. So that's why I encourage you guys to do. Find something you enjoy doing so much to a point where you wouldn't mind if you didn't get paid from it. You wouldn't mind if you didn't get rewarded. You just want to do it because you enjoy doing it. And that you can do for 20, 40 years. And guess what? You will get rewarded for it. Comes to a point. Because it's like, you just get so valuable. You do it so often. Me, I'm considered more of an advocate speaker, or just a guy that just likes to share wisdom in general. That is my cup of tea. That is what makes me unique. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily me being able to predict your future, but me being able to encourage and give you guys some real life wisdom that I can personally give you guys and grasp. Like I'm not gonna be on this channel talking about certain things that I don't do, like certain like construction. Like I'm not gonna give you no advice on no construction because I've never done construction. I can give you advice on some therapy sessions because I've done therapy. I've been a therapist or a junior therapist. But I'm not gonna get on her and tell you guys some information that I don't have any business telling you guys. If it's something I did my research on, then I'll shine light on it for sure. I'll explain some things for sure. I'll give you guys some information for sure. But as far as me personally, that's just who I am. I would spend a lot of time talking because I feel like, there's a lot of things that I can share with you guys that, each one teach one. Y'all could probably share with me. If you guys, if you guys have any ideas or any speeches, I encourage you guys, if you guys even have any type of how they have quotes, drop them in the comment section. In my comment section, I really appreciate that. I really enjoy quotes. I love wisdom quotes because they're so deep and meaningful. You can use them on an everyday basis to remind yourself, to just start an activity or to just keep going. There's the type of things that makes consistency is key. Consistency is key. So it's not just starting something, but it's also continue doing it. And there's little motivational speeches can help you continue. So once you be consistent, then you get the fruits off the tree. You got to be consistent with watering the plant if you want to gain the fruits, right? Otherwise, it's gonna dry up and it's gonna shrivel away and it's not gonna grow. So you just gotta be consistent and do these things. But yeah, the overall message is birth. So these type of things you can be rebirthing. Right, that's what I'm picking up on. You could be rebirthing your spiritual side. If you guys find this video interesting, to the slightest bit of helpful knowledge, something, just hit that like button. That's all I'm asking. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more of this channel. You know what I'm saying? Post notification if you like to know exactly when I drop a video. Y'all know how the YouTube works. Let's run it up. Let's run the likes up. Let's run the subscriber count up. Let's just do what we gotta do. Encourage you guys to get out there and do something great for yourselves. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have the karmic people coming after you. The devil don't leave you alone when you're doing bad. The devil comes after you when you're doing good. So just keep that in mind. But then again, thank you guys so much for everything you guys do. Thank you guys so much for just the love, the support, all of that. Really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Now I'll continue to make videos, continue to do what I'm gonna do, and continue to shed light on situations, right? So that's what we do over here. But I'll see y'all in the next video. Appreciate it.